The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get up to $1,000 deposit match with Underdog Fantasy with the promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is currently Monday morning, June 30th, around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Rose episode Scott Reichel, joined by Adam Rosenberg. Together, we're going to break down the props for the Monday card. We've been on a heater lately. We ended up going 6-0 in our props. Last episode, I'm on an 11-0-1 run for the last 4 episodes, so can't complain there. Adam, how's it going with you? How's your weekend?
Everything was good. Very good weekend for us. Very good weekend if you do the rhythm power trends. That has been like the new hack for you and I. It's just been great because it's also the stuff that they're giving us is not crazy. It's just like, hey, this guy has stunk lately. This guy has stunk lately. Why don't you combine them together for some plus money? And we've done that. I'm currently trying to figure out what I want to do about Trevor Rogers today, but I don't want to spoil it. So we'll see.
Yep, but either way, been good episode-wise for us. We'll try to keep rolling here on the Monday card. Anyway, before we get into any of the actual props for the show, a reminder that we do have a couple ways to support the network. One way is that you listen to every podcast episode on the network for free by joining the SGPN feed. Get it wherever you do get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, etc. So once again, you can definitely show some support by checking out the SGPN feed on Spotify or Apple by finding every podcast or even the app in one easy location. Anyway, starting off with the actual props for the card on Monday. Adam, you're going to go first as always. What do you like as your first prop for the show?
I'll go first because I also don't know what my third prop is. So we're going to be doing this live.
Okay.
All right. Well, Dustin Johnson coming in and already spoiling one of the things I like. First of all, I don't necessarily like parlaying those two things because I'm fading Jacob Lopez. Jacob Lopez over 2.5 earned runs is probably my favorite. I'm going to jump ahead to best bets. It's my favorite one on the board. So Jacob Lopez, if you looked at any of his stuff, you would say, oh my goodness, he's been great. Look at this guy. This guy hasn't given up more than 2 runs since he was in Toronto, since he went to Toronto and gave up 7. But here are the teams that he has played since then. The Baltimore Orioles, whose offense is the Kansas City Royals, whose offense I have told everyone is cheating and also isn't good. The Houston Astros, who really haven't had a great offense either. And the Detroit Tigers, who disappear for periods of time and do not win games by pouring on runs. So that's 4 straight games where we've had under 2.5 earned runs. And now what does he get? He gets to go to Tampa Bay to play the Rays, who obviously cooled off a little bit this weekend with the Orioles series, but are arguably hottest hitting team in the league, I would say, especially at home. And 4 of the last 5 lefty starters that they've gone against, they've gone over this number. I think this is a major back down to earth for him. His hard hit rate is also super crazy. So like the underlying metrics say he's been very lucky with the people that he's faced. So also knowing that Severino basically got murked so badly that he's probably getting kicked off the team yesterday means I expect Lopez's outs is set at his outs is at 50.5. So he's going to be going 5. So that's a lot of opportunity for one of the best hitting teams in the league, especially at home, to do some damage. 2.5 earned runs at -115. Jake Lopez.
Yeah, that whole Severino saga made me laugh because he's 100% right, by the way.
He is right.
That the new stadium is a joke. Having said that, he signed there for money, so I don't really feel bad for him.
Paid.
Yeah, correct. And B, I do enjoy him criticizing the home field for the A's just to get shelled on the road. That made me laugh because he has been pretty good on the road this season, but the Yankees torched him yesterday. So I thought that was entertaining. But anyway, I can get behind that. I think I'd probably rather personally take the outs on Lopez because I think he has to go distance with Severino dying yesterday.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all because the guys that the bullpen, if you look at the bullpen arms, they have all their long guys are there.
I forgot who they used yesterday. Because Severino went 3 innings?
They used a bunch of dudes. They used a position player, but the thing is like...
Well, that's good, though. You want the position player being used, so that's a good thing.
Right, and so what I'm saying is it's like, I don't want to take a chance on, like, his outs when he's literally, like, look at the guys who he's shut out all stink.
That's fine. I once again, I wasn't sure if they used a position player or not yesterday. So
So they used none of the high level, all the high leverage guys are available. Sean Newcomb's available, who's going to pitch today and is good, because they would use a lefty. Jack Perkins is available. All their dudes are available. So yesterday they used Hogan Harris yesterday. So like they're fine. I haven't
heard that name in a while.
The thing for me is that I don't think Jacob Lopez is good. I think that was proven when he went up against a real team. When he went up against Toronto in Toronto, he gave up 7 runs.
Yeah.
Shutting out Kansas City doesn't impress me. Giving up 1 run to the Houston Astros, also not impressive. Giving up no runs to the Detroit Tigers, yeah, sure. They were also in a bad stretch. And giving up no runs to the Baltimore Orioles in June, early June, this Orioles team's not good. So, man, give me his. I think this is the recency bias on behalf of this, and this is no pitcher has been able to go. No, especially lefties. Lefties haven't been able to go into Steinbrenner Field and have a good time.
And what do you say the price was again for 2.5?
-115.
All right. So I can get behind that number.
It's fine. Brandon Lau's who's gonna do it? Let's see who's gonna.
Well, they got 45 different Laus. They have Junior.
Junior.
Aranda's been really good lately.
Yeah, Junior Caminero. Aranda's been great. But Junior Caminero is gonna probably crush a home run off of him, and in the first inning, and it's 3-0, and you're good. Yeah. But you can't give me 2.5 against. This is a buy low spot on a Rays offense and a sell high on Jacob Lopez.
Okay, so there you go. For my prop, I'm just going to sell low on this really bad player. So I'm just going to go with who could be the new Kreidler, by the way. I know that when I was on your pod the other day, we talked about our favorite fades. And yesterday I did I faded Hedges on YouTube, and I'm going to fade Fuskew. Who the hell is that? That's the exact point. The Rangers called him up recently because Berger got hurt again. But Fuskew, under half a hit is +100, including last season. He's had 0 hits in 13 straight games. In his career, he has 2 hits in 47 plate appearances. 47 plate appearances. He has a career batting average of 44. Rogers is pitching for Baltimore. This season, he's been good. 16 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits allowed. And Fuskew this season has also been really bad, or in his career, against lefties. In his career against lefties, it's going to sound disgusting because it is. He has 1 hit in 21 plate appearances against a lefty MLB pitching. He had a .250 batting average in the minors. He's only here because Berger got hurt. It's Kreidler all over again. They're going to pinch hit for him late in the game. He stinks. Even money for a guy with a career batting average of 44, I'll take that. Give me Fuskew under half a hit of +100 as my main fade option for the card on Monday. So he's so bad, you didn't know who he was.
I had no idea who that guy was.
It's fine. I faded him last year for a couple games, and he got demoted. But same thing with Kreidler. He only got called up because of injury. He's not any good. And you mentioned Rogers in a weird spot because he was great against the Rangers last start, but it was 8 innings. I'll fade 1 batter. That's how I'm going to approach it instead. Give me a Fuskew fade at +100. So there you go. That's my first prop.
That I completely can get behind. I want to go back to this Lopez thing for a second. You would rather take it. You would rather take a hope that on his under outs than you think that you think he won't give up runs to the Rays?
I was just opening a conversation since you mentioned Severino getting absolutely shelled.
Yeah.
If you thought Lopez was going to potentially go distance no matter how much he sucks in this outing.
The line. So here's the thing.
That was the argument I was going to.
But here's the thing. As I look at it. So he went 18. So he went 6, 6, and 7 his last 3 starts. His line is 15.5. They actually don't expect him to go that long.
Yeah, I was kind of just wondering.
His line should be 16.5.
I was wondering if he thought that good or bad he would potentially wear it because they needed to reset the bullpen.
You can't. So here's the thing on guys who have to wear it. It's never rookies.
Okay, fair point.
That's a good thing for everybody. They're never gonna make a rookie wear it. You know who's probably gonna have to wear it? Sean Newcomb. If he comes in and he just starts getting beaten around, they're just gonna be like, "You need to wear it." Like who was it the other day? A Feedy. Remember last week? Yeah,
he absolutely died.
He absolutely died, and they're like, "You got to wear this, dude." They made him pitch 4 innings, and he had 8 runs.
Oh, he had stuff that would have gotten him pulled after 2 1/3. Like he was dead immediately in that start. But yeah. I just wanted to ask. Once again, I'm not against the play. I just thought it was worth just bringing up a conversation because I'm sure some people see the outs. They'll see Severino who got shelled yesterday and Lopez's current form and wonder 15.5. And I just wanted to bring that up. So
yeah. But I'm going to let you weigh in as you help me with my final play when we get there. But
yeah, sounds good.
Do we have an ad read or do we go to my next
No, I was going to ask you what your second prop was.
Second prop is pretty straightforward and easy. I know that we went back and forth on it last time when we talked about it, but I ended up getting there. Chase Burns. 7Ks at +130, +140. Do it. The Red Sox team, don't let this Red Sox team fool you. They stink. and Chase Burns has fantastic stuff. I thought about like the outs. I thought about some things, but we saw him severely hit a wall. I don't think that the Yankees hitters are the worst in the world, but I think that their lineup is a scarier lineup than the Red Sox lineup.
Red Sox lineup's horrible. I mean,
right. And he carved that lineup up.
Yeah.
And he did that with 98-degree weather. Obviously, it was at home. So he's now on the road. He's in Boston. He's here. It's like pretty nice weather and stuff today. But this Red Sox team, I'm just looking at it against like right-handed pitching over the last 30. Like there's contact, but there's just like, I don't even know who half these guys are. This is just stupid. And Chase Burns was awesome. I think everyone's talking about Jacob Mrazowski, but people are ignoring the fact that this is very clearly the best guy out there. As I'm looking at the last couple guys he had 8 against the Yankees, but obviously Bassett got killed, and I think we agreed as we leaned into it that it was a bad Bassett spot, like a bad humid day for a guy as bad. Someone's going to argue and say, "Oh, it's their first." At
the end of the day, as well, they're still professionals. So
Barrios had 8 against this team. Look, Landon Raup carved up this team.
I was going to say that no matter how bad an offense is, for example, the Pirates, like they're still professionals. They can have a good spot. It doesn't mean they're a good offense,
right? And I think that this team is this Red Sox team is a bad team from a K front. Like they just swing at everything, and I genuinely think that Chase Burns has elite stuff. He's opened up the game with 5 straight strikeouts, and it's top of the Yankees order is not stupid, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like once again we talked about it a bit last night, and you were trying to find an angle on it. And I just mentioned the strikeouts, and we were just discussing, and you dove into the Red Sox actual lineup, and it's like, what are we doing here? Like,
what are we doing? I just don't want to overcomplicate it. Yeah, he's like Chase Burns. Do the alt. Because I think it's like minus 155 for over whatever, but like 6.5. Do the 6.5 because he has the kind of stuff where if he gets the outs, he's getting the outs through K.
Yeah, and I feel like once again Boston's an offense that is kind of going youth movement, but the lineup is still not very good.
Good call. No, that's a good call. There's a bunch of like guys in there that are like just going to swing early at stuff too.
Yeah, they had Romy as a leadoff option. They sent down Campbell because they had to because he was that bad. But the point is, though,
terrible fielder too.
I mean, Boston had what, Narvaez and like Abreu as their 3-4 guys yesterday, and you're like, what the hell are we doing here?
What are we doing?
And I heard some reports that Boston's ownership is actually they wanted to consider buying at the deadline. I'm like, what are you even talking about? Like, I heard that was a rumor, which I don't believe at all. But
no, I think that's so incredibly dumb.
Well, I do want to ask you though, with Burns though. I mean, I know that it's a second career start. If he pitches
first road start.
Sorry, yeah, first road
he's
start.
Good. He's very, very good.
If he pitches well though, like what do you think the actual pitch count will be for him in a second start? Is he going 90? Is he stopping in the 80s? You have any thoughts on that?
How many pitches did he throw his first one?
That I don't have in front of me, but I'm asking because he hit a wall, as you said, and they kind of pulled him because of the fact that he was struggling out there. That's kind of why I'm wondering.
Let's see. He had this line is moving with us, by the way. He had 81. I expect him to still probably have 81. And again, this is not a lineup that works counts.
Yeah.
So he should be okay. Like I expect him to be probably around 81, like 85.
My number was 85. That was the number.
Yeah, probably 85. It's more about batters faced. I think he's going to face 21 batters.
Yeah. But anyway, point is Boston, they had one good game. They lost the series to Toronto. That offense is horrible. I mean, I got nothing else to add. As you said before, Barrios, who I backed last episode for the earned runs. You had the outs. That was a gift.
Everything. Like we won everything in that game. Yeah,
they didn't score in the entire game. So there you go.
Yeah.
Anything else?
My third play, I'm going to have you workshop with me.
That's fine, because I still have to give it my second play. Before we get into that, though, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Circa, because they're still hosting their contest. And a reminder, if you think you know ball, you can enter Circa's football contest with $21 million guaranteed prizes. No rake. The entries go above the guarantee. All extra money will go to the prize pool. Circa Millions, you pick 5 teams against the spread each week, or go for the ultimate sweat in Circa Survivor. There's even a Circa Grandissimo for a 100K entry for Survivor, which is insane. Either way, though, point is you must register.
You don't want to do that with me?
100K, not really. But either way,
right.
Point is you must register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada. And it's a great excuse to go, by the way. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com/SGPN slash promo with the promo code SGP. Get $50 off your proxy fee. We're also brought to you by MyBookie because they're available in a ton of locations. Use crypto for your deposits, 25 payouts. Whose bookie?
MyBookie.
You could use it for baseball, use it for WNBA, for golf, for tennis, you name it, football futures. Also, head to MyBookie, and when you do so, use the code SGPN when you sign up for a $110 match up to 1K. Terms and conditions to MyBookie, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple props on the show. Time to move on into my second prop for the show. But I saw you wanted to say something. So,
nothing. Football contest proxy are awesome. I'm signing up with them tomorrow.
Nice. Are you,
so
scale from 1 to 10, what's the excitement level at for the contest?
2.
You're not that thrilled about it?
I mean, you were going to be on my team and you bailed.
I'm just not a guy that's going to want to shell out actual money for the season-long contest. It's not my thing.
I get it. It's fine. No, it's look, I'm relatively excited about it. I'm excited about it because it's a cool thing. But
yeah, go to Vegas.
I do PR for those guys too, so like they're great. I'm really glad that we're doing it with SGPN too. So.
Yeah, but you get to go to Vegas, which is always fun. So that's
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be putting in a bunch of NFL futures with Sean. I got a briefcase. I'm just gonna put all my tickets in. I'm gonna make them go back to LA with it. So
that's fun.
Keep it. Yeah, it's a good bit.
I do enjoy good bits with paper tickets. All right. Anyway, that's always a running joke, by the way, is that occasionally, like, you'll tell Sean when he's in Vegas to bet something for you, and then you got to, like, settle up afterwards.
Yeah, that's why it's, like, so much easier. I'm like, why would I take this home? Like, you're going to be there
correct.
before me.
So,
yeah,
no, I get that. For my second prop, I'm going to go with another under. This one's going to be a singles play. Now, normally I'm pro-single. Today, I'm feeling like a hater, so I'm going to go with an anti-single. I'm going to go with Alec Thomas. I'm going to take his under half a single at -133. Now, for this one, he's had no singles in 9 of his last 11. In his career, he's had 16 plate appearances against Webb, who's pitching for the Giants. He is 2 for 16 with no singles. So I do think with a guy never having a single against him before, getting -133 can be appealing. He's also been quite bad when it comes to singles at home recently, as Thomas, in the last couple of home games for reference, so I'm just pulling it up right now, Thomas has had 0 singles in 11 of his last 16 home games. I like Webb in general. Thomas is a guy with a lot of speed, so anything in the gap's a guaranteed double for him. But I think the singles prop is pretty cheap, actually, at 133. Sounds expensive, and I know that Webb does pitch to contact, but Webb's also really good. And with Thomas barely hitting any singles, with him having 0 singles in 16 plate appearances against Webb in his career, I think 133 is a good price. So I'll go with that as my second prop. It's obscure. I like it. Give me Alec Thomas, no single at -133.
He sucks.
But the point is, even if he's actually going to get some hits, he has speed, which can result in a double, etc. So
yeah. He also gets lifted because of this. Like, he sucks.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out the angle I wanted. I could have gone for under half a hit, but I mean, Webb does pitch to contact most of the time. He's been more strikeout heavy this year, but I do think Thomas once again single is unlikely. I'll go with that as my second choice for the prop. Anyway, I know that we say we're going to workshop your third. What stage of the workshop process are you in right now?
I just made the bet, but I want to get you to, but like,
that was some tremendous workshopping that we had.
Yeah. I mean, well, whatever. It's, but I'll let you tell, like, here's what I think, and you tell me. And if you don't think that I'm right, then I'll pivot, because we had a really good weekend. So if I bet 2 things, it's fine. All right. I'm going with Trevor Rogers under 16.5 outs.
Okay.
Dean Kramer shoved yesterday. Shout out our undefeated Zionist cap.
He was really good yesterday.
He was really good yesterday. And for those of you who are just joining, who are like, what are these 2 Jewish guys from Northeast talking about? Look, when Dean Kramer is Israeli, when there is news around Israel that you would think would make Dean Kramer upset, such as some sort of military operation, a bombing, anything like that, you fade Dean Kramer because his mind is elsewhere. But if for example, when they bombed Iran, Dean Kramer is probably really stoked about that. So he did really well. You have to check the news. There were no military activities that were net new with Israel in the last couple of days. Therefore, shove spot for Dean Kramer, and it was. Now,
By
to
the way,
another
for reference, as dumb as that sounds, it actually has merit. It works.
I tracked it.
I know. He's been tracking it. We're not just making it up
We're
here.
not just making it up.
No,
Yeah,
this has actual data
Yeah,
that supports it. So
it does. All right. So going with Trevor Rogers under 16.5 outs. So these teams just played his last start. These guys just played each other. This is, what do you guys call it on WNBA?
Deja vu principle. Yeah.
A deja vu game. All right. So deja vu principle. I'm flipping the script on all of it. It was that was a 6-0 Orioles loss, but he didn't he actually wasn't, none of it was his fault because he left in the 8th inning with it being 0-0. But here's the thing. You look back, he threw the most pitches that he has thrown since
it's been a long time.
July of last year. He threw 101. You could argue that the 99 he threw in July 21st is the same. But the point is, every time he has gone over 6 innings worth of, or he has gone over 6 innings of, so 18 outs, he has gone lower the next start. He has done this over his last 20 starts. So June of last year, he threw 6, 15 next. 15 next start. The week later, he went 7. Then after that, he went only 6. And then after that, he only went 5. He never can put together a 6+ inning start 2 times in a row. I think that the high workload is pretty crazy. The reason I brought up Dean Kramer is because arguably that bullpen is super fresh and ready to go. They have an off day too on Thursday. So it's like pretty solid op to get some guys in for work. So I ultimately want to go with the under 16.5 outs. I think that there are more ways that it gets there based on his workload, based on this team seeing him again. Rangers have been, surviving against, in terms of outs, looking at like lefties against them. I mean, they've kind of, lefties, Falter went over his by 1. For the season, lefties have done pretty well against them, but I just think that the workload, and based on Trevor Rogers, some of the underlying, and just knowing that the bullpen is absolutely fine, and Charlie Morton's been great and is going to probably eat whatever tomorrow. I think this is the way to go.
Yeah, so I can get behind that. I do think the one concerning part is how little, I'd say, Texas actually walks.
Yes.
So they don't really work many counts, but it is a good sell-high spot for Rogers after having a great outing last time. They also just saw him, so you're hoping that they make some adjustments at the plate because they've seen all of the pitches that Rogers has to offer, which can help for the deja vu opportunity. For my last prop...
Oh, again, quite a question from Insano. Do you factor in the umpire stats? I don't, but I do, and so I don't factor in umpire stats, but I do use CSW, which is called strike whiff. So that is a more broader way of saying, that's why I don't just use K rate. If you just use K rate, it's going to be subjective to umpires, but CSW is going to tell you if the batter is basically watching strikes.
It takes the umpire out of the equation, basically.
Yeah. Cause I just can't chase umpires like that and do that. I know that there are some people at different networks and that's all they care about. Good for them. This one's worked out the way for me.
Yeah, so for my last prop, I'm going to go with another fade. This one's going to be Jackson Merrill. I'm going to take his under 1.5 bases at -130. I do think it's a good spot for him to struggle. He's had less than 2 bases in 10 of his last 13 road games. It's mainly because Wheeler's pitching, and Wheeler has been an absolute demon this season because he's really, really good. But Wheeler's allowed less than 5 hits in 9 straight starts, which sounds like a fake stat, but it's true. Less than 5 hits in 9 straight, so I don't see many guys getting on base for San Diego in this game in general. Plus, Wheeler has been great against lefties this season. So far, 270 plate appearances, a 170 batting average. So despite Wheeler being a righty, of course, lefties have been really, really bad against him. Merrill, though, has had a pretty good hit rate to the under on this, and Wheeler giving up less than 5 hits in 9 straight starts tells me that Merrill might need to get there with 1 hit because I don't see him getting 2 hits in this game. So I'll back Wheeler to basically shove, but I'll fade one particular batter who's been struggling. Give me Jackson Merrill under 1.5 bases at -130.
I think it's a power trend too.
Yeah, I believe it was too, but
oh look, it was earlier.
Okay.
Sometimes those change. It's not up now, but sometimes those change, and that's fine.
Okay.
I like it. Merrill's been terrible.
Yes, he has. So that's going to be definitely the play that I'll go with as my third option. I'll ask you though, as always, Adam, any other props you're tempted by? Any DPs? Any exotics?
Haven't looked at DPS, so I'm gonna look at it right now. Let's see. Probably I can tell you right now, it's probably gonna be Tampa Bay. What Pepio's starting?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's against the A's. It's Tampa. It's very much Tampa. Let me see what the how much that costs, and then we can lock it in. The Rays.
Is it weird though that Tampa, despite being a great double play team, has never really been in like the minus 160 or whatever price range? Feels like they're always around like minus 120, and they turn a double play all the time.
I agree. Minus 110. Minus 110. I also just don't think they understand how to price this market.
That's definitely true as well. But there was I forgot who it was. Who had like a minus 170 tag like a couple of days
Soriano,
ago?
dude. Consistently. Let me look. So here's the thing about let me see. The last 7 days. In terms of turning them.
Yeah.
Tampa's only turned two in the last 7 days. I'm not afraid of it. It's who'd they go against? They went against the Orioles. The Orioles weren't really hitting too much. I mean, the A's just are constantly hitting into them. 110 for Pepio, who has let me take a look. He has I'm on MLB.com, guys, if you guys care. I know you guys don't, but let's see. All the thing is all the Rays are good at this. Tampa Bay, 13. Yeah, Baz, Littell, Bradley. Yeah, Pepio's got 7 on the year. He's got less of a ground out thing than everybody else because he strikes out a lot of guys. That could regress. The A's just overwhelmingly hit into so many. That's most of my cap on a DP. It's Rasmussen. That's right. My bad. Thanks a lot, guys. So I totally forgot. For some reason, I thought it was Pepio. Yeah, Ras is even better. Ras is an even better is an even better one for this. So we're gonna go with it. Ras has 11 this year. So yeah, it's the big cap on this is how a team is hitting. So anyway, yeah, let's we're going with the Rays to turn DP at minus 110.
Yeah. Moving on though to anything else you want to share, or is that basically all you have for the? Is there any parlays you want to do for DPS? Any other players you thought about targeting?
Nothing yet. You guys want me to find a home run? We could do that. We got time. Do you have
either that or any honorable mentions you had for like
honorable mentions? I was still going through stuff. But let's see who probably gives one up. Who is Toronto playing today? Doesn't Vlad? Who's pitching for New York? Oh, Rodon. Please tell me who. Tell me if we find that's our guy. We don't have a play for him. I don't know, man.
Well, it's kind of a weird spot because we were backing him all the time. Then he kind of had a dry spell for strikeouts, and then he's kind of been like surviving, but it's been tough for props.
Let's see. Well, it's not gonna be tough for Vlad Guerrero.
Plus, he also owns the Yankees, so
he does. I think we got to make an honorable mention in here, man. I think it's got to be. Let me just see how. Yeah, dude. Yeah. We're gonna do an honorable mention bonus play, guys. We're taking Vlad's bases. Dude, it's plus 130. What are we doing here? Vlad's bases and home run done. Right. What are we doing?
What was the price on that?
Plus 130 for the bases and plus 475 for him to home run against the guy that he just absolutely just murks. And he just hit one yesterday. Great. Dude, he's 15 plate appearances. He's slugging 1.083 against Rodon.
Yeah. I mean, that is monstrous.
That's we're taking this. Yeah. That's fine. Cool. I mean, what's his HRR? That's usually the tell. Wow, his HRR is only 115. Interesting. Anyway, I'll still take this. Let him sock a double off this thing. Vladdy. So, cool.
All right. Anything else you want to add, or should we just move on into the best bets?
Best bets.
All right. Before we get into the best bets, though, reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Underdog Fantasy, because you can use the Best Ball Mania happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million for first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog's also a great place to play Pick'em. And a reminder, you can always sign up with the code MLB SGPN to get a special pick first time with an offer up to $1K in bonus cash with fantasy promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, because they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends, where they take the patterns that can help you win a ton of money, because they've consistently won a high ROI. We've used them a ton for the last couple of weeks. We've made a bunch of money as well, so I can definitely attest to how good the Power Trends are. But they're updated every day. They're exclusive to Rhythm, and a reminder that you definitely can capitalize on potential opportunities in the markets, because not everything's priced properly. But a reminder, you can also download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter, and also try it out for free for a week. But the 7-day free trial, go to sportsgamebug.com/rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through our props for the show. Time to move on into the best bet segment. Adam, what do you like as your best bet?
This Jacob Wilson one is my favorite. This is my Jacob Wilson. He's same team. He stinks too. Yeah, give me Jacob Lopez over 2.5 earned runs.
Okay. For mine, I'm gonna go with Fuskew again. I'll go with the under half a hit. Guy's terrible. He's got a career batting average of 44. He's 1 for 21 lifetime against lefties. He might get lifted towards the end of the game. He stinks. As far as I'm concerned, he's the new Kreidler, who only got called up because of injury, but in reality, he's not an MLB caliber player. So I'm going to go with that. I think it's a good opportunity to fade a really bad AAA caliber player who's only here because of injury. So give me Fuskew as my best bet for the show. The under half a hit is plus 100. Anyway, time to move on to the underdog entry for the show. Adam, what do you like? Is there a power trend you want to throw in there?
I have to look, and we can take a look at that. Also, shout out to the chat for getting me on, realizing it was Rasmussen, which was a way better thing there. Let's see. By the way, I'm in Vegas. So yeah, I'm in Vegas this week, and that is, so I don't even know if I'm gonna be on the show I have to decide if I'm going to be on the show on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to get up at 7 a.m. They got Nolan Gorman under 1.5 total bases here. Let's see on my power trends filter. All right. I love how Foskew's up here. These guys stink. Here's one. Here's a good. Foskew's not a power trend.
Okay.
Nolan, Casey Schmidt is. Let's see. Casey Schmidt, who gets scratched all the time. Casey, yeah, we're gonna do. I think Casey Schmidt's our dude. So we'll do Casey Schmidt. So weird that we sort of won that game the other night.
Which one?
That we won that underdog entry, even though everything voided.
Yeah. Very
Casey Schmidt lower 1.5. That's a power trend. What else did we like? You want to do I'm gonna bet it on its own, but you want to do the Vlad.
You want to do bases or HRR?
I'll do the bases.
All right, we'll do the bases.
Okay. It's double downing on it because I'm gonna play it straight too. But okay, and then we need one more.
Do you have anybody or any matchups you were targeting?
I already just gave them, so like that was.
Well, I'm saying besides that.
No, not really. I have to look into it.
All right, that's
fine.
What
do you want? What do you like? So what do you got? What do you like?
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I was really tempted by. Sorry, just trying.
Here's one. Matt Waldron's starting for the frickin' Padres, and like Philly should kill him.
So you want to go with the
question, what do you think?
I'm fine with that. You want to go for it?
Yeah, just looking to over 2.5 earned runs, higher than 2.5 earned runs.
Unless you think that he potentially doesn't go enough distance and he just struggles.
I don't see why that would happen. He used to go 7 all the time last year.
Yeah, I can get behind that. That's fine.
It's also, you're not stressed. He's a knuckleballer, you know.
That's true.
But this. I think he's gonna get killed. All right. Matty Waldron, higher 2.5 earned runs allowed. Vlad, higher 1.5 total bases. Casey Schmidt, lower 1.5 total bases. That last one is a rhythm power trend. Gonna do 4.68 multiplier. Walks do not count, to whoever was asking about Ken Carpenter.
All right, So once again, that's going to wrap it up for the underdog entry. It's going to wrap it up for the show. Adam,
I just put that in for us, by the way.
Sounds good. Anything else you want to add?
Nope. Handicrafts launches super publicly tomorrow. That's
nice.
About it.
So it should be fun. Anyway, until next time, find me on Twitter at Reichel Radio. Find him on Twitter at Here Rosenberg. And until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your